Okay, so now let's go into our last category, which is documentation efficiency. Okay, with that, I'm going to open this file. Okay, for documentation efficiency, the first things that I want to show you is on grid in 3D view. Okay, grid in 3D view is rather like a very simple, but I think they have some benefits in it, which is on the availability of your grid in your 3D view. So I'm not sure on which version that they actually came out with this level, right, in your 3D view. So previously in the older version, there is you cannot like view your level in your 3D view, but along the year they have made this possible. But then this year they decided to add in grid. Okay, but in here you cannot see any grid yet. So if I go into my visibility graphic override, if I go to annotation category and look for grid, we can see that this is already turned on. Okay, but I do not see any grid here. Okay, but first let me just turn off the level first. Okay, so as you can see here, before I go into the grid, okay, this model is actually a combination of an architecture model as the host, and then I bring in my MEP and structure model as a link Revit. So when I wanted to view the grid, okay, so Revit make it as a point to not give you a very messy grid. So what it gives you is that they give you an option. Okay, so what option? So in your properties panel, you have this show grid parameter. So if you click on edit, what you can do is that you can actually choose which grid that you wanted to view. So imagine if they do not have this particular parameter, what happens is that all the grid will be available here. So it will be quite messy. So what it provides you is that you can actually choose which level of grid that you wanted to view. Okay, so this is only applicable for the host project, meaning to say that the grid that you see here, basement, ground level, first level, and roof level, is all coming from the architecture model, which are the host project. Okay, so for example, if I wanted to view the basement grid, so what happens is that, as you can see there, that is the grid from the basement level. But of course, if you view it from the top, you will not see the differences. But if you navigate maybe some part here, okay, you will see that the grid is actually from the basement level. But they also make it available for you to actually open up like maybe 2 or 3 levels simultaneously. Okay, there is no limitation on how many level that you wanted to show the grid. It is totally up to you as long as you feel comfortable with it lah. Okay, so for example, if I turn on the ground level as well and I click on OK, so as you can see here, there is 2 set of grid. Okay, I'm going to turn off one back. So with this grid, what you can do is that you can actually adjust it a bit here. Okay, so you can see here, this is my basement grid, right? So if I go into my, the grid is automatically updated here as well. Okay, so yeah, that is on your grid. So this is quite good. Okay, I don't recommend you to actually turn it on at all time. Okay, maybe just whenever you need it. Okay, so before this, if you need like to see, maybe you see something coming from here and then you wanted to know on which grid is it, floor plan, and then view it from there. But with this additional addition, okay, these additional things that you have here, which is the grid in the 3D view, you can actually just view it directly from the 3D view to know where is the position of that particular thing that you are covering. Okay, you have this properties panel, you have this parameter of showing your grid, and you can choose which grid, which set of grid that you wanted to view. Okay, lastly, okay, we have come to the last thing on our schedule, which is our tech improvement. So for tech improvement, I'm going to go into my ground level. Okay, so in our ground level here, for example, I wanted to tag on my window. So what happened is that per usual, you will go into your annotate tab, okay, and then you will go into your tag by category, and then you're going to start tagging, okay. Previously, okay, let's start with multiple tag, okay. So previously, I always find it very difficult. For example, the window that I have here is the identical window that I have here. So whenever I want to do tagging, I need to tag it individually like this, which is such a waste of space for me. Okay, so along with this new addition and new improvement of Revit 2022, they make it possible for you to actually just tag one and then click on the tagging. You have this add or remove host where you can click on it and then just select on the other window or other element of the same thing. Okay, if you have identical element here, it is possible for you to actually tag them simultaneously in one shot. But for example here, if I add another thing, okay, and then I choose this door, which is a totally different element, it will not allow you to do so. They will only allow you to click on the thing that are in the same type and element. Okay, so for example, for my tagging here, I'm going to remove this first. Okay, I'm going to do another tagging first. Okay, so now the tag says 18. So 18, we actually are not sure what are 18. So what you need to do is that you can actually go into edit family and then you can actually view the label here. So from here, you can know that this is actually a type mark. Okay, so what I want to do is that I'm going to edit this label. I'm just going to remove this and maybe put in my family name. Then click on OK and then just remove this bubble here. Okay, then just bring it big like this. Okay, and then what I can do now is that I can create a new label, put it somewhere at the bottom, and then in here, in the edit label window, we can actually change this into multi-ladder type where you can bring in the host count and you can actually put in a little suffix there. Okay, and then click on OK. So here I'm going to make this to become parallel and then can edit type, maybe give it a different value here, 2 millimeter, just 2. And then I want this to become italic, for example. So it will become smaller and slightly slanted like this. And then load this into my project and override the existing version and its parameter value. Okay, now if I decided to add or remove host and click on here, you can actually see that now my tagging is coming with these two X, which is actually reading the host count. Okay, so I can just add lagi. So it will update the value. Okay, 5X. So from this, you can actually directly see how many window of the same type that we have. Okay, so yeah, that is possible for you to do in your Revit 2022. Okay, and then along with that, you also have the ability to actually rotate your tagging. So for example, if again I go to annotate and tag my door, for example, okay, and then just bring it down here. Okay, I do have this ability to actually change the angle. So for example, if I change this into 5 degree, okay, you can see that it is uh, currently rotating itself. Okay, previously, if you want to do such thing, you need to actually go ahead and do it manually from the rotate tools that we have in our modify panel. But with this new addition, you do not need to actually go for rotate, but instead just put in the value of angle in this properties panel. So yeah, that is the improvement that we have in our new updates for Revit 2022. Okay, so that is the end of my session. So before I stop, let me just wrap up a bit on whatever that we have see for today. So we start with design productivity. We see on wall enhancement on tapered wall, and also a little bit of update for our slanted wall where we can actually edit the profile. And then we go for interoperability for native 2D PDF export, where you can actually just use the sheet size for you to export the PDF. And then we look into 2D shared view, where we look into how can you do and create your shared view and what you can do when you have this shared view. And then lastly, we look into documentation efficiency, where we look into grid in 3D view, and lastly on tech improvement.